Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be doing a little bit of a comparison where I'm going to be doing new condition vinyl records versus older vinyl records. So to start things off, these ones here are just ones that I got brand new sealed. They're not original copies. I think all of these were from Amazon. So I just got some here to do a comparison. There's no way I'm pulling out my whole collection. I mean, just look at that. But these are just examples I'm using. And then these were previously owned records I got. So I think these are all original copies because I like this album. It came out I think in 1969, and it even says so. Yeah, 1969 was when this particular copy was made. This was a previously owned one I got off of eBay. And then I think this was one I got at McKay's. And I absolutely love this album, by the way. If you have not listened to this album, you should definitely check it out. But that's besides the point. I just kind of wanted to go over which one I prefer and which I recommend. So to start off, I'm just going to look at one of the newer ones. This album came out. When did this album come out? Was it 1963? I can't remember. But this particular copy was made in 2009. I'd want to say 63 was the original release date. I'm trying to remember though. So, the first thing you might notice about a newer vinyl record is that they usually weigh a lot more. They're usually thicker and heavier, which I always found interesting. That's one of the first things you'll notice when getting a one that's brand new sealed and isn't an original copy from the 1900s. But also, too, something I was even looking at when looking at the back of this one is that it says right here 2009 digital remaster. And while I've never really been bothered by the remasters, they just don't sound as good as the original recordings. So pretty much on a brand new one, you don't have the original recordings. They kind of tweak the sound a little bit. And I think all of these are digital remasters. And I've definitely noticed that the newer ones don't really sound much different from what you would hear on something like a CD, like that. And to me, that in a way does kind of defeat one of the main purposes, and I'm going to explain that. Let's just kind of take a look at these. So these are lighter weight and they're thinner. I don't know why the sleeve on this album is pink. It just has to be my least favorite color. So, yeah, and you can even if you were to hold one of these, you can even feel it that it's. Damn it! I'm struggling to get it out here, and I'm using one hand to record and just using. If I was using both hands, it would be easier. But hold on. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, compare that to this. I don't know if you can really see the difference, but it's there. So now the reason I was saying that the digital remasters kind of defeat the purpose is because the reason as to why most people buy these nowadays is because they like the original sound better, and that's usually what most people want to hear on a record, especially. It sounds more nostalgic, and it just sounds overall better because I know when I listen to the older albums on these the original copies, I can actually hear the difference. They actually just sound more, I guess, clean. I don't know if that's a good way to put it, but you know what I'm sure you know what I mean. Just. Sorry, I keep losing my train of thought here. I can never think straight when I'm doing one of these videos. I don't know why. I can talk normally when I'm not recording a video, but as soon as I am, then I'm just yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just awkward that way. But also because these are just lighter weight and they're thinner, I think they actually also in a way look nicer. But also they just sound nicer. Just with these copies, the quality just isn't there as much as it was. And I don't think they sound bad by any means. I still think they sound good. They just don't compare to these. And yes, these are all copies of older albums because this was from the 60s. I think this is probably late 70s. This one I know is late 60s, and then that one is, I think, mid 80s. But they're not original copies. These are original copies. These copies were made the year the albums were released. These weren't. They were much later in the earlier, even maybe even mid 2000s. Well, actually, wait. This particular copy here, the CCR album, this one I actually think is really cool because it's a color vinyl that I got. But this particular copy was, even the album itself was released in '69, but this copy was literally just made last year. So. And yeah, this one is a color vinyl. I guess I can show you. I got a few color vinyls, but I'm not going to make this whole video about that. I'll just let you see this one just to give a kind of an idea. I think this particular shade is very pretty. I think it's said to be sky blue. I think they say it's sky blue, and yeah, they're right. It definitely, I don't disagree with them on that at all. It's definitely a sky blue. So I would definitely recommend, if you're looking for better sound quality, I would definitely go for the original copies. Just copies that were made the same year that the album was made, or at least close to the time it was released, because these are not digital remasters. So you hear the original sound, and it just, to me, it sounds a bit better. Because these, but of course, the only way you can do that is just getting albums, just records that oh my god, I cannot think straight. What the hell? Fuck. Sorry, just trying to get my thoughts straight over here. Okay, as I was saying, pretty much the only way you can get original copies is by buying albums that originally belonged to someone else. Just like I said before, previously owned records, because that's the case of all of these. Someone else owned, other people owned these before I eventually got them. Because like I said, this was off of eBay, and this was off of McKay's. This one I think I also got at McKay's because I think McKay's mostly sells stuff that's been donated or something. And then this one I got at a flea market. And usually if you get a previously owned record, you'll find that the previous owner took care of it, like this one. Whoever had this one before definitely took care of it. It is in really good shape. And usually when I decide to get a previously owned record, I check the condition before buying it. And this one's just got the typical wearing on it, just wearing that the needle left, but that's nothing out of the unusual. It doesn't do anything bad. It's perfectly fine. But you got to be careful, because if you're unlucky, like I was with this one. This was actually my first ever vinyl record. And yeah, not good for a first vinyl record, because the thing about this one is that I actually did check this one, because I actually looked at the record before buying and found that it was dirty and thought that it could be cleaned, and the attempts did nothing. It could not be cleaned. And looking at it now, I don't even know why I thought it could be, because I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the video. Maybe I need to turn a light on or something. But yeah, it is not in good shape at all. Almost unplayable. I tried playing it once before and it did not sound good. Okay, I don't know if you can... You can't really see it on side 2. Side 2 doesn't look as bad, but side 1... Yeah, side 1 just looks really bad. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lot of... It's got scratches on it. It's got a lot of dirt and grime and just... I know I wasn't going to pull any other out originally, but I just remembered. Wasn't the only incident where I got unlucky. This is another one that is pretty much unplayable. Side 1, because I checked this album, and at first I thought it looked fine, but before I checked it before buying it, and I was like, looks good enough. It doesn't look like it's in bad shape. Oh boy, was I wrong. Because once I brought it home, I decided to play, and side 1 actually didn't sound that bad, but side 2 did not sound good at all. And once I took a better look at it, I found out why. Because side 2